first assessments that you will encounter are your pre-class events. All of your pre-class events will require online access. If you do not have internet connectivity at home, or that connectivity is limited or unreliable, you will need to plan to use the free access that is provided by the college. The main computer lab is now located in the University Center on the west side of campus, across Hudeberg Drive. The computer lab is open during the times listed above. The calendar for the LRC can also be found online at the RSC website. Do be aware that these times may change due to holidays or campus closings. These changes will often be posted online and on the doors of the facility before the closure, so be sure to pay attention to notices. One of the major activities that you will need to do before coming to class is to watch the provided content videos. These will be located on D2L under each corresponding chapter. It is important that you utilize Chrome or Firefox for viewing of these videos. Explorer often will cause problems during video streaming. As you watch the content videos, you will occasionally have an embedded quiz pop up. Throughout the course of the semester, you will be able to accumulate 50 points through these embedded quizzes. You will be able to back up and rewatch a section of content if you need a refresher before answering a question. However, the content videos must be watched before coming to class, and the embedded quizzes should be taken during that time. The other major pre-class event will involve using Connect. This can be found through the link provided on D2L. You're going to want to access Connect through your D2L website. When you get to the landing page, which has the announcements, you can either go to Content Quick Links or you can use the course tools to access content. Either way will get you to the same place, and you'll see a table of contents with the different modules like Getting Started, Connect, the different chapters. If you click on the Connect module, that will take you to the link to get to your Connect site. Now this might take a few seconds, but once it loads up, you'll see a picture of our textbook, which has the vole eating the berries, and underneath that you'll see the button that says Connect. This will take you directly to McGraw-Hill. The first time that you click on that button, you're going to be asked about purchasing access. If you've purchased a access card from the bookstore, there'll be a number there that you can enter in when you're prompted to do that. If you're going to be purchasing directly from McGraw-Hill, then it will prompt you on how to enter your credit card information. Additionally, you will see, usually in the lower right-hand corner, the option to have a courtesy trial. The courtesy trial is for a 2-week period, which is a significant portion of the 8-week semester. This is free access for 2 weeks that you can use the platform, you can do assignments, and all of that while you determine whether you want to stay in this section or not. Now at some point after that 2-week courtesy period, you will have to go ahead and purchase the full access to have continued access to the site. Once you've purchased your access, then you'll arrive on our individual class page. You'll see the semester that we're in the first 8 weeks, the time that our class meets. You should see a picture of me and a picture of the textbook so that you know you're in the right place. Now my site looks a little bit different than yours. You will also see down on this right side panel the option to purchase the textbook. You don't get the opportunity to purchase that loose leaf version until you get to this spot in the process of using Connect. So if you want the loose leaf version, it's going to be over here in this course, usually kind of in this location over to the right. The price of this varies. It's been $15 in the past, and sometimes they run deals. The last few semesters it's been $25, but it's still very affordable if you feel like you need a physical version of the text. I'm going to click over into student view so that it looks a little bit more like your site will. Not exactly, but pretty close. Here you'll see each week of our assignment list. You can go week by week and look at when assignments are due, or you can expand and see every assignment for the whole semester. Now, with this information, you're going to get a couple of good reminders. For each assignment, you're going to see the due dates and the availability period. So for instance, the due date for the first assignment is the 23rd, which is next Monday. So you're going to see that first due date. You see that it's available from the 17th and that you get 3 attempts on this. I just noticed that I'm going to have to correct a couple of these dates, so don't fixate on those. Those are going to match these due dates over here once I get that updated. It doesn't really matter what that title is. At this point, you could register for Connect, go in and start doing these assignments. This panel over here is the important actual dates that things are due. Now notice on each homework you have 3 attempts. So you get to do these multiple times and it will tell you how many attempts you have remaining. If this assignment has already passed its due date, it will tell you over here in attempts remaining that this is past the due date, no longer available. The Learnsmarts, which are your post-class assignments, are also listed here, and their availability is here as well. It is important to appreciate that these have an unlimited number of attempts. You can do these as many times as you want to. Really, you should work on them until you have full credit for the assignment. These are going to be more of multiple choice questions, true-false questions. They may take about 15 to 20 minutes depending on how well you're doing, and they are adaptive learning. And if you go on down here, you'll also see that there are some credit recovery opportunities. The credit recovery opportunities are each worth 2 points, so that's a good thing to recognize as well. The credit recoveries are some of the later chapters in the textbook that we may not have enough time to get to, but are very important, especially in lab. So we have a lab that deals with microbial life, the bacterias and the protists. We have a lab that deals with plants and a lab that deals with animals. So this just goes a little bit more in depth into that. And you can earn 6 points in credit recovery through these Learnsmart activities. Practically what this means is that if you miss one of these assignments up here, let's say you forget to do your pre-class homework over chapter 12 through 14, and you miss those 5 points, there's no makeup for that. There's no extensions on that or late work for that, but there is credit recovery for that. So you can offset those missed 5 points by just doing the credit recovery. Throughout the course of the semester, you will have 10 pre-class assignments grouped by weeks. Each one of these will be worth 5 points. There are no makeups or late work for these assignments. Please be aware that even though content will be delivered outside of class, classroom attendance on Mondays and Wednesdays is required. Note that 50 points will be assessed through in-class activities. Due to the nature of what we are trying to accomplish during this time, there will be no opportunities for making up work missed due to absence. We will start our time in class clarifying murky points and correcting any misconceptions that may be evident from the pre-class activities. In the class, there will be a box placed where you can submit murky points, things that you struggle with or would like more information about after watching the videos. Do be aware that if no murky points are submitted, I may assume that everyone has perfected their understanding and are immediately ready for an in-class quiz. Following our clarification period, we will be carrying out active learning exercises. These may include case studies, simulations, problem sets, quizzes, or other activities. Our post-class events are also important. Following class, you will need to access 5 points worth of Learnsmart activities. This may be a single module or multiple modules. For example, if we look at week 1, there are actually 2 Learnsmart modules to complete. Learnsmart is an adaptive learning platform. It will ask you questions and have you indicate your confidence in your response. Your confidence and the correctness of your response will determine the next question you get. If you get all the answers correct, it can be completed very quickly. If you struggle, it may have you take a break, refer you to specific readings to help you better learn the material, and it may give you additional questions until you show proficiency. Like previous assessments, there will be no makeups or late work. These must be completed before the next class meeting. You will have 3 regularly scheduled exams throughout the semester. Each one of these is worth 100 points. That means that combined, these will be worth nearly 40% of your overall grade. In addition, there will be a comprehensive final exam. It is not optional. Everyone must take the final. It is 12% of your overall grade in the course, so you will need to perform well on this exam. However, it is possible for the final exam to count twice for an individual student if the percent earned on the final is better than a score on any previous individual exam. Practically, what that means is that if you miss one of the regularly scheduled exams for any reason, there will be no makeup for that exam. That is because when you take the mandatory final, it will automatically replace your lowest score, which would be the 0 for a missed exam. If you do not miss any exams but simply have a bad day, you will also benefit from this policy, and that low test score will be replaced. This is to maintain fairness to all students. Ultimately, I will not take on the extra task of validating reasons for missing, nor will I judge whether an individual's reason for missing is subjectively good or bad, nor will I punish a student who attempts to take a test while silently struggling with a personal matter. Do be aware that this replacement policy becomes null and void if a poor score, point reduction, or 0 is earned due to non-compliance with the college's academic integrity statement, i.e., if you are caught cheating. Exams will typically consist of 20 multiple choice questions, 5 matching questions over images, 5 true-false questions that require you to defend your response, 10 fill-in-the-blank questions that require you to demonstrate a strong knowledge of terminology, and 4 to 5 short essay questions that require you to summarize in a minimum of 3 to 5 sentences fundamental concepts of the unit. You will not be permitted to have your bags, cell phones, tablets, internet-enabled watches, or similar devices with you during the exam. You will also not be permitted any extra papers or notes. Failure to comply with these rules will be seen as a violation of the college's academic integrity statement, and you will receive a 0. Please note the previous statement regarding a 0 earned in such a manner and the replacement policy. Additionally, if you need to use the restroom at any time during the test and are found to be reviewing notes outside of the class, you will not be allowed to complete the exam and will only receive credit for the completed portion. The incident would be noted on the exam, and that exam would also not be eligible for replacement.